Welcome, welcome. Come on in, you guys. Okay. I have 12 o'clock, so out of respect for you guys' time, I'm going to go ahead and get started. Welcome. Like I said before, thank you so much for joining us today. There are a million other places you could have been, but you chose to come and learn about our program, MicroCred. My name is Kelly Harrison, and I am Assistant Director for LSU Professional Development with LSU Online and Continuing Education. I've been with LSU for about 18 years, and my background includes higher education administration, professional development, online distance learning, adult education, grant management, and military education benefits. My other two panelists that are joining us today are Donald Beal, who is the Director of LSU Online Distance Learning, and Melinda Stallings, who is one of our esteemed instructors in our MLS MicroCred, which we'll hear about later. I will let both of them go ahead and introduce themselves. Donald, if you want to start. Oh wait, Donald, you're on mute.
You must have done that.
I did.
Hi, I'm Donald Beal. As Kelly said, I'm Director of LSU Online Distance Learning. I've been with LSU for 21 years and worked in continuing education in various forms of distance learning that whole time and for a few years previous to that before coming to LSU as well. I'm also an instructor for one of the online courses. And so I've got quite a few years doing this and continuing to do it as the whole distance learning and online education has evolved. So happy to be here. Melinda?
Thank you. Hi, I'm Melinda Stallings, and I am a speaker, author, consultant, and executive coach, and also have been affiliated with LSU's continuing education for a little over 15 years. I've been in the field of higher education since 1997, and my first role was as a manager of training and developing leadership programs. So I love what I do, and I think you can rest assured that we all love what we do, and we want to bring really greatness to each of you who are interested in taking courses with us. It's an honor and a privilege to serve you, and I'm delighted to have you all here today.
Thank you, Donald. Thank you, Melinda. So what are we talking about today? You're here to learn about our MicroCreds. So what we're going to go through during the presentation is what is a MicroCred? Who should take a MicroCred? The different categories of MicroCreds that we offer, the difference between the MicroCred and the certificate, which is another genre of education training that we offer, the MicroCred outcomes. What will you get out of taking a MicroCred? What should you expect? The different payment options that are available to you, and what MicroCreds are coming soon. What's in our pipeline? What do we have that's on the horizon? If you take a look to your right, you'll see those badges right there. Those are digital badges. That's a clue as to what you'll receive once you successfully complete a MicroCred, and we'll talk a little bit about that later. What is a MicroCred? A MicroCred is short for microcredentials. Basically, it's a segmented portion of training, just-in-time training, that individuals can take to help them either learn a new skill or gain knowledge, more knowledge on a skill that they already know, and allows them to upskill or reskill themselves to make them more readily available for employment, or basically anyone who just has a desire for continuous learning. MicroCreds are flexible. They're online, so you can work at your own pace within a certain time frame, and they're generally grouped into topic-specific related courses. Who can take a MicroCred? Absolutely anyone. Like I said, they're geared toward individuals who are just have the continuous desire to learn and to better themselves, and either gain entry into the workforce or looking for a promotion. Working parents, new entry professionals, seasoned professionals, you name it, anyone can take it. These are our available microcreds that we have here. They're grouped into college credit microcreds and professional development microcreds. This website right here, online.lsu.edu/microcred, that website will take you to all of the microcreds we have to offer. You can click on those microcreds and see information about the particular microcred. I will let Donald expound upon the college credit microcreds, and then Melinda will talk about our professional development microcreds. Donald?
Yeah, the college credit microcreds are characterized by the fact that they're made up of courses that are actually college credit courses. So every one of these microcreds involves a sequence of courses. It's either 2 courses or 3 courses. Most of them are 3 courses, three credit courses that together kind of make a specialization, a specialty area. It's kind of akin to a minor, but not an official minor or something. But it does provide people with both credit for each of the courses on a college transcript, and the digital badge that comes with the microcred. And so you have people who can come into this. Now our program that involves the courses for credit in MicroCred is open to anyone. You don't have to be an enrolled LSU student to take these particular online credit courses. Anybody can sign up for them, and we have lots of people who take the courses, just take individual courses, not even the MicroCreds, for various reasons in our program. Usually, most of them are taking them to transfer to another institution if they're not LSU students, and most of our students in this program are not. But there are other people taking them for professional development and various other reasons. And this gives people an opportunity who may take a course or 2 and say, hey, if I take all 3 of these courses, I can show that I have something that may be helpful to me in my career, to somebody. Just to take an example, let's say the Marketing Fundamentals MicroCred, that's 3 courses: Principles of Marketing, Marketing Communication, and Digital Marketing. This might appeal to somebody who's working in a business in not really necessarily a marketing capacity or doesn't have a marketing degree, but as that person's career has progressed, or as they're evolving in their position, they may find they need to spend more time involved in marketing in maybe a peripheral way, or maybe more directly with a marketing team and getting to understand them better. Or for example, a small business owner who might have his major expertise in business in general, or the particular product or service that's being offered, and may feel like it would be helpful to learn a little bit more about marketing and have something a little stronger than just one course. And we also have students who take courses, come in to take a particular course, who then see the opportunity to take an additional course or 2 to get the MicroCred. And so then most of the students who have taken the MicroCred and gotten the digital badge, most typically they then will present the badge on media. For example, LinkedIn very commonly is one place that people use it. The other thing I would add finally about the college credit microcreds is these can be a stepping stone to bigger and better things, a certificate or even a degree. For example, the Construction Management MicroCred, this one is, in this case, an area where we actually have an online degree program. We have an online bachelor's degree in construction management through LSU Online. And we've actually, since this MicroCred opened just last year, we've actually had a student who was progressing through the MicroCred and then ended up deciding to apply and got into the bachelor's program. So there's that kind of opportunity too. And then he's already got a couple of courses under his belt that are credit towards his degree program. So that's the college credit program. Melinda?
So I am affiliated with the professional development side of the house, and we have a number of categories that you can choose from within professional development, and it is exactly what it says it is. It's when you want to go back and maybe look at a slightly different angle in your business, or when you want to up your skills in a particular area that you're already involved in. Project management, information technology, experience design, and I am one of the instructors in the management and leadership series. And we too have, it's really amazing because it's smaller components, about an hour each. And as an instructor there, I facilitate discussions. I really get to know you because I think that's important that we have that robust relationship, even though you're online. I think we take great pride in making sure that our participants know that we are here to support them. So I may enter into conversation with you, ask you questions about, what you found something particularly interesting. We've had really amazing individuals come through already, everyone from healthcare professionals to the construction industry to the plants. So again, this is for everyone. And highly encourage you to explore these opportunities. I just read a LinkedIn article this morning prior to the webinar that was talking about how the complexion of things will be changing with more remote learning. And fortunately, we were already pursuing that. And so that's a huge bonus for you all, because you want to be affiliated with an organization that isn't just haphazardly throwing things together. For us to develop one course that I teach, it took almost 2 months to develop that course. So it isn't like we're just going to throw some information out there and put together a course. It's very deliberate and very, the information is very robust. So rest assured that when you do earn that badge, that you will want to put on LinkedIn or your other social media sites, and certainly on your resume, that you can do that with the assurance and confidence that not only have you got that badge, but you also have the actual knowledge that you need in order to put into action into your work area. And we're quite proud of that, and we want you to know that you can fully trust us.
Thank you so much, Melinda and Donald. I appreciate you guys. I do want to say I neglected to mention earlier on in the presentation that we will be taking any questions you may have at the end of the presentation. If you want to type them in the Q&A section of Zoom, or if you want to type them in the chat box, you can do either or, but we will be addressing those at the end of the presentation. And like Melinda said, we value you. We don't just put any course out there, any courses out there. We do our research. We've been on board with this, and we are here because of you, act on behalf of you, and we are here for you as the learners. So we really appreciate you guys being here. This right here is a quote that is a testament to Melinda. It's the surprise, you didn't know. It's a testament to Melinda from one of the participants about the course that she teaches. So it just says, LSU Online provides an outstanding means of remote learning. I attended a course on leadership and was amazed at the virtual classroom environment that provided me incredible resources and a mechanism to better myself. Highly recommend. So thank you, Melinda, for representing
Thank
us
you.
so well. Mhm.
Yeah, may I add just one quick thing there?
Absolutely.
I also would like to do a quick shout out to my learning management. Well, let's see. Oh, I've just boggled the name, and we have a come on, Kelly, help me.
Learner experience design.
Learner
Yes.
experience design, and we have a microcred in that as well. Lynn Nams, and she was amazing, and we worked together, and it really is it is a project that we undertake for you, the participant, and making sure that you stay engaged, but that you are getting the information that you need. So I want to share that with her.
Thank you. Okay, completion time regarding the microcreds. It truly depends on which microcred you take. For example, the Management and Leadership Series microcred, each course in that microcred, you have about 2 weeks to take each course. And then the total microcred you complete in 4 months' time, I'm guessing on that. However, with most of the college credit microcreds, you have up to 6 months to complete the curriculum. So the course and programs vary, like I said, so just make sure you research the program that you're looking for to see the particular requirements for that. So I mentioned earlier, we also offer certificates. So the difference between our microcreds and certificates is this, 2 big things. The length of the microcreds are, like I said, short, segmented, just-in-time training, which allows you to learn the skills you need and then put them to work immediately. The length of the certificate program, certificates are usually upwards of 30 hours or more of training time. So it's a little bit more of a time investment. And one of the other differences is the completion representation. Once you complete a certificate program, you receive the certificate, basically, that has representation of you completing the actual certificate program. The benefit of the microcred is that you receive a digital badge, which you saw on slide 3. And that digital badge is an electronic representation that you can share across your electronic platforms like LinkedIn, Facebook, any of those to digitally showcase what you've learned in a specific skill set. Just talked about the digital badge. Another benefit or an outcome of the microcred is, especially the college credit microcreds, you'll actually earn college credits. And those will, upon successful completion, your college credits will show up on an official LSU transcript, and you can apply those credits to a college degree. Another benefit is that completion of the microcreds can be evaluated for PLA, which is prior learning assessment. And that has the potential to cut down on your education time toward a degree. Practical skills are immediately applicable, especially when it comes to the professional development microcreds. Take those, get your skill set down, and then you can put those skills to use immediately in the workforce. This diagram basically represents what Donald mentioned earlier about building upon the microcreds that you take, or using certain courses to complete a microcred, and then that microcred you take a couple to make a certificate, and so on and so forth. So basically, we've designed our curriculum to have several different entry points. This is the prior learning assessment over here that you can apply along any stretch of this pathway. The just-in-time learning specifically specifically about our professional development courses. You stack those, you take a group of those, and then that can lead to a microcred. And then the microcred can lead to a certificate, and then so on and so forth. So this just shows you the various different levels where you can enter our curriculum and earn different designations or credentials. payment options that we offer, normally there's a one course at a time payment. Then you can just pay for a course, you enroll in, and you take it. We also offer bundled discounts where if you enroll in a group of courses at one time, then you receive a discount off of the total cost price. We also have a career change scholarship, which we're offering right now, and that is specifically for individuals who are either or underemployed due to the COVID-19 pandemic. You can follow this link right here, online.lsu.edu/career change, and you'll be able to see the information about that scholarship and also apply at that link. Then we have the DevOps scholarship, which is for individuals who are looking to work or take educational training in the DevOps field. It's a specific information technology field that blends development and operations together. So you can take a look at this link and find the scholarship information for that. Just as an FYI, we will be sending out an email to the participants at the end of the webinar or after the webinar is over with the links so you have access to them as well. And in our pipeline, Donald is going to talk about what's on the horizon for LSU online and continuing education.
Okay, right now we're working on several new, mostly professional development programs. The Certified FinTech Professional is banking related MicroCred. AWS Academy, we have a couple of MicroCreds in progress for that. One is Cloud Practitioner and another which incidentally is just about ready to open. And another is the Solutions Architecture. And those are actually, we're partnering with a company called Passstream to develop the content and courses for those. And going through the MicroCred can prepare you for certification through the AWS Academy. Salesforce and Tableau, those are actually two different MicroCreds. So I think this little typo, that should be 2 bullets. This is the one we're working with Passstream. I'm sorry, the AWS is separate. Passstream, we're working with that company to do these Tableau, Salesforce, and the Facebook digital marketing, which are 3 separate MicroCreds. Tableau is getting ready to launch, and that's data analytics. And that program actually comprises 4 separate MicroCreds, and each MicroCred has either 2 or 3 shorter courses. So taking this series of courses, 2 or 3 courses, will get you a MicroCred. And in this case, if you do all 4 MicroCreds, you get a certificate in Tableau. Salesforce and Facebook are shorter programs, and those courses also lead to certification. And then the Construction Technology Management is another credit program, and that again will be 3 credit courses in construction management related to the technology side of that one. A couple of the courses that are involved in that are going to be offered. Those are term-based courses, incidentally. They're offered specifically within the LSU Online terms, which are 6 terms a year. And so the first couple of courses in that will be offered during the 2 fall terms that are coming up.
Thank you, Donald. That brings us to the end of our presentation for you guys. I know we have some questions listed in the Q&A and also some in the chat room. So if your questions have not been answered throughout the webinar, please go ahead at this time and put them in either the Q&A or the webinar, or the chat room, and then we will go ahead and address them in the order they were received.
So I'll go ahead and get started reading them from Howard Burns. Thank you for your question, Howard. What LSU services are offered to individuals taking the 4-credit MicroCreds? So
Well,
Donald,
I can answer that. The normal LSU services that you would associate with enrollment at LSU are not, unfortunately, available to 4-credit MicroCred students because the program doesn't involve going through the admissions process and becoming an enrolled student. Now, if coincidentally one of our students happens to be an enrolled student, that's obviously different. But because of that, what I assume you're asking about their LSU services are not generally available. We don't issue an LSU ID card, and you don't get a My LSU account, so those are not available. On the other hand, you do have the direct services that are available through LSU Online and Continuing Education. So, I mean, we have our own support services as far as helping students get through the courses and navigating the processes that might be involved. And also, if a student became interested in going on to apply for admission in the LSU Online program, we would provide assistance in helping the student navigate that.
thank you, Donald. Our second question, are any of the courses covered by the state's coverage for those over 60?
Unfortunately not. They are not, because I believe that law is for individuals who take courses through LSU, which is us. However, we do not receive state funding in LSU Online and Continuing Education. So we do not benefit from receiving the funds to assist with that particular, what is it, law? It's not a law.
Initiative, yeah.
Initiative, thank you.
Okay, thank you, Kelly.
We do have other financial opportunities, though, that we try to make available so that anyone who wants to take our courses can definitely do so. We just are not able to honor that particular one.
Okay. Our next question, the MicroCreds consist of college level classes. Is the class a regular 3-hour? Would I gain a MicroCred upon completion of each class, or wait until I finish the 2 or 3 classes in the program?
So those particular MicroCreds, yes, they're regular college level classes. They're regular 3-hour classes, and when you complete the course, your grade appears on an LSU transcript, just as it would if you had taken it on campus. Now, as far as the issuing of the badge to represent the MicroCred, you have to complete the series. The MicroCred is the series, not the individual courses. So, for example, I mentioned the marketing course, which has an introductory course, communications course, and a digital marketing course. As you take each of those courses, you would get your 3 credits when you completed it, and they would appear on the transcript along with your grade. But you will not get the badge for the MicroCred until you've completed all 3 of the courses. So that's the way that works.
Okay, thank you. What does your course number system mean? Is 1011 Intro to Construction Management a 1-hour or 3-hour course?
Okay, well, that's in reference to, again, a 4-credit course. I mean, a course 4 credit, I mean. It's a 3-hour course. So you get 3 credits at the end of the course. The numbers, those are the regular course numbers that LSU issues for those courses when they're taught on campus, whether we teach them or they're taught on campus. So Construction Management 10 and 11 is 1011 for students on campus working on a degree, and it's 1011 through our program. And the way the numbering system works at LSU is the 1,000 level courses are typically introductory and basic courses. 2,000 is the next step, and 3,000 is where you start to get into more advanced courses. And 4,000 level courses are advanced, include seminars, and in some cases are available for graduate credit. It basically, you can think of it as 1,000 level course is a freshman course, 2,000 is sophomore, junior, senior. I mean, it doesn't necessarily work out exactly that way when you're taking them, but that's an approximation. So that's how the numbering works.
And Donald, this is probably a follow-up question for you. Will the Construction Tech Management Program be a certificate program or a MicroCred, or both?
Well, right now it's a MicroCred program, but there is work being done in developing some kind of certificate program, but I'm not sure off the top of my head where that stands right now.
Okay. From Carmen. Carmen asks, could you share more about the learning methodology and format for the micro-credentials? And I can address that. Carmen and everyone, typically what happens is you come into an introductory session and you tell a little bit about yourself. Again, that's part of us getting to know you. And we might share a little bit about ourselves. If you have questions, we address them in the introduction section. There's typically 3 different learning modules. For example, I start out with a personality assessment, a personality development for leadership. And that's really quite interesting because you get to learn about who you are and how that impacts you within the workplace. There is also a conflict resolution, and you determine what your preferred mode of conflict resolution is, and we go into courageous conversations and how to have those with your employees. And then there is an employee engagement. There's anything that you are particularly interested in. I think that we have something that might be able to address that in terms of the management and leadership, as well as any of the others. But also within that format, with the introduction section, then you'll take a series of quizzes that will test your ability to have assimilated the information and also to be able to actualize it in the workplace. We give you case scenarios that you get to analyze, and then we comment on what we feel like you were particularly correct in, or maybe some other things that you could have thought about. And finally, we give you 2 case scenarios for yourself that you talk about how you would handle that when you went back into the workplace. And it's all based upon the comprehensive learning within, for example, the management and leadership program. But certainly that's the case for any of the other micro-credentials as well. Again, it's very robust and interactive. We pride ourselves on that and being responsive, and we think that you'll really enjoy it. There's some gamification. There are some videos that are done. It's not just us being talking heads. And it's a really engaging, I say it's edutainment. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Are MicroCred recognized by LinkedIn and able to add them into the profile automatically?
Yes and yes. Am I correct, Donald?
Yeah, basically when you complete the MicroCred, you'll have an opportunity. There's an email that you'll receive with a link where you can claim your badge, and then once you do that, yeah, it's compatible with LinkedIn. You can automatically load it there.
Oh, sorry, I'm back. Let's see. Is there any option or template for displaying the MicroCred beyond the digital badge? That is a physical document, certificate for an office. Great question.
Yes, there is. The certificate will actually show that that needs to be requested from our offices, basically, because that's not something that we generally give out. Normally, people use the digital badge. However, if you do need a paper representation of your completion, then we can create a certificate that shows you've completed a MicroCred series or a microcredential through LSU Online and Continuing Education. And we can either email you the PDF of that, or we can send the physical copy in the mail to you.
Okay, and let's see, we have, what is the approximate size of a cohort for a typical MicroCred academic series?
Okay, so with this, the good news is there is no quote unquote cohort. All of this is asynchronous learning. So you do not have a group of participants that you go through a curriculum with. So you register in the course, begin your coursework, complete it at your pace, and get individual feedback from your instructor as you complete. There is no cohort.
Let me add to that a little bit.
Oh, yes, there's a difference. Sorry.
Yeah. Well, in the courses are basically self-paced is the point, and you can work through them at your own progress. That is to say, almost all the courses, not quite all of them. And so while there is a group of students, we have courses that may have 10 or 12 students in, we have other courses that have 40 or 50 students in them at the same time, but they're working at their own progress and at different points along the course. Now the exception is construction management. That particular course, or excuse me, MicroCred, those courses are run on a term, and you do have a cohort. It's usually about 25 students in each of those courses working through them together at the same time during the term. It's a 7-week term at LSU Online.
And that is why Donald is on here, because I know precious little about the credit MicroCred. So thank you for chiming in on that, Donald.
Okay, can current students take MicroCred courses?
Sure.
Of course. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Are any majors or professions allowed to take these courses? Absolutely. I think
anyone at all.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Anyone at all.
And we welcome you, so join us. Let's see, in reference to your PLS program, do you take into consideration the individual work history? I'm sorry, it just went away. The individual work history in that field of work.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
I just wanted to repeat it because I'm not sure you got the fullness of it. In reference to your PLS program, do you take into consideration the individual work history in that field of work?
In the prior learning assessment program, yes, we do take into account educational training that you've already received, and that is evaluated toward whatever you're pursuing.
Okay.
Correct. Donald?
Yeah, well, I would just add that PLA is, it's not identical through all programs. If you're trying to get credit in one department versus another department, they may be slightly different in what they're looking at or how the course transfers into credit. So that's one of those things. It kind of depends on the program. But yeah, typically different things like that are considered.
Okay, thank you. Will the credit hours from a MicroCred in project management count towards an MBA in case I choose to pursue it?
I think this is another one of the situations where the MicroCred would be viewed as a PLA and evaluated. I mean, we can't say 100% for certain that that is the case. However, it would be evaluated as PLA and possibly decrease the number of credits you have to earn once you're actually admitted to the degree program.
Donald, anything else?
Yeah, I don't
Okay.
have anything more to add to that.
All right. What is the cost of credit offered MicroCred versus if I was an enrolled student at LSU taking the same course or course sequence?
Well, the currently a 3-credit course through our program costs $866. That's a little bit less than if you take it on campus. I don't know off the top of my head. I don't remember what the exact amount is on campus right now, what the tuition is, but it's more than that.
And I think that if you go to the links, you'll have an opportunity to compare between the pricing and also what the schedule says on the academic calendar or courses
Right.
at LSU as well.
Yeah, the tuition and fees schedule for our program is on our website, and LSU has its tuition if you want to get exact numbers.
Okay. Are MicroCreds and certificates readily accepted in the business world? Yes, yes, and yes. And they are becoming the hot commodity right now. Now more than ever, individuals are able, when you click on a badge, when you receive a badge, you can click on that badge, it opens up and it has what the areas are that you got proficient in, that you were certified as being proficient in through the work that you took in that course. So as you can imagine, that's a huge boon for people who are looking to move up within their jobs, who are looking to move elsewhere for their resumes and things of that nature. So yeah, and we are definitely on the cutting edge of providing the badges, certificates, and the MicroCreds that people are going to be, I believe, really embracing, especially now. Since I read the other day that we are now, where we are now in 3 months would have typically taken us, without the sense of urgency, about 4 years to be in terms of IT and virtualness and the things that are being implemented. So it's moving at breakneck speed. So yeah, grab them while you can. The next one is, can you talk a little bit more about the behavioral health MicroCred and how it would be useful in a Master's of Public Health?
Well, the behavioral health MicroCred concentrates on sort of clinical counseling, that kind of area of psychology. There's an abnormal psychology course. There's a clinical, I'm sorry, I couldn't think of the word, clinical related course in there. And so it would be focused on that sort of area in the so I think, I mean, what was the question related to a public administration degree? Is that what you said?
Let's see, Masters of Public Health.
Masters of Public Health. Yeah, I don't.
I think it would be useful just to go ahead and compare the curriculum within that program to see what components of our MicroCred would fit in. And that's a good starting point. We are not, advisors within the specific areas. We'll try to get you information if that's something that you like, but certainly I think just taking a look at what you would need in order to fulfill the requirements of the Masters of Public Health, and looking at what of the competencies are addressed within our courses would probably do you well. And maybe even reaching out to an advisor who is in that Masters of Public Health. They could probably really help you through this. And that might be a really advantageous way for you to take advantage of moving through your MPH, taking these MicroCreds, because being online and being able to do them at your case, God bless you,
God bless you, Donna.
is going to be
Thank you.
really a best course for a lot of people now.
Yeah, I would say, I think it would be complementary to a degree program like that. If you, I mean, it would depend on what your outcome was as far as where within public health you're working, but certainly if you were working in an area of mental health initiatives and programs, you know, it would give you some benefit there if you didn't already have a degree in psychology or something like that.
And we have, how often is the Construction Management MicroCred program offered? Does it restart several times a year? And what PLA? Thank you, Rafa, for those questions.
The construction management, yeah, the courses are regularly offered. I mean, you can start just as you like according to the schedule. Right now, I think 10, 11 is offered 3 times a year, and 11, 12 is, I think, also offered 3 times a year. Most of them are offered twice a year, most of the other courses. So, for example, coming up in the fall, 10, 11 is offered, and 11, 12 as well, and then a couple of there's a 2000 level course offered in the introductory construction management MicroCred, and that'll be offered. The new MicroCred that's coming out, the construction technology MicroCred, has a 3000 level course that will not, it may be offered this fall, but it's, that one is still in development. But basically you just have to see, you can look at the course schedule online and see what's available. And so you have an opportunity, and once you start, you'll have the opportunity pretty much most terms to take one of the 3 courses that is in the MicroCred. You might have to sit out a term in some cases, but again, these are shorter terms, they're 7-week terms.
And the PLA?
Well, there's no PLA because you get credit for the course automatically. It's a credit course, so there's no need to have the prior learning assessment. You've got 3 credits by taking each of those courses.
Okay. That's all of the questions that I see right now. If I'm, let's see, I'm also looking at, oh, this is a great question. I'm also looking at courses through Coursera. Why LSU?
Okay, I think each of us may be able to answer a little bit about this, but LSU is a world-renowned institution that prides itself on providing educational opportunities, not just to on-campus, but on-campus students, but learners who wanting to learn from all over the world. Like I said earlier, we're here for the learner, because of the learner, and we act on behalf of the learner. And we offer world-class customer service to all of our interested individuals who just want to have just information about our programs, all the way from children who come to our summer camps, all the way through our seasoned individuals, but I call those are retirees, but our seasoned individuals who will take our OLLI courses. We run the gamut to provide educational opportunities for you, and we absolutely are passionate about everything that we do to provide educational opportunities to anyone who absolutely wants to learn. So does anybody else have any? And you won't find Southern hospitality at Coursera. I'm just saying. Does anybody else have anything they want to add?
Well, I certainly don't want to bash anyone's work or whatever, but I have to wholeheartedly, and not that you did, Kelly, it's just that
I know.
I understand that, you know, you do have options, but we take a very personal approach to your education. and we pride ourselves on that. And to be honest, I have not enrolled in a Coursera course, so I couldn't tell you how personalized their affiliation with you as a student would be. But I can assure you that you are going to get the latest and greatest in information. I know for myself, I updated all of the research that went into the course development for my course, as well as used information that was really tried and true regarding personality assessments and emotional intelligence, those things that we know are critical within the management and leadership world, and really tailored it so that you could understand how it applied to you as an individual. So, and we love LSU. You know, we bleed purple and gold. I don't know. That's all I got.
Melinda, there's one more question.
Yeah, there is another question.
About, are there any prerequisites for AWS Academy?
No.
Oh, sorry, you typed that a
No.
lot. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, no prerequisites. So, no prerequisites. Are there any other questions for us? Let's see. Scrolling. Like I said, we will be sending links to you guys with the links to our full MicroCred list, as well as the Career Change Scholarship and the DevOps scholarships. If you have any questions that you can think of after the webinar, you have our email addresses down at the bottom of the presentation. Mine is ksmart1@lsu.edu. Donald's is dbeal@lsu.edu. And Melinda's is melinda.stallings@gmail.com. Please email us and we will be glad to answer any questions. If we don't know the answer, we will find them out for you. So,
Really, one more thing, and this kind of goes
Sure.
along with why Coursera, or why us instead of Coursera. I believe that we're also offering some introductory, like take a peek behind the scenes courses. Is that correct?
we absolutely are. Thank you for that, Melinda.
Welcome.
It's a Go for Free. Those are the courses that we are offering for individuals to take, just to kind of see the format of our courses and what we have to offer. They're individual modules from the courses that make up the MicroCreds that you can just register for. You don't have to pay, and you can kind of get a feel for what we're offering. And they're great portions of those courses. So just go on our website and take a look. Actually, I will include that link. Let me write this down. I will include that link on the email that we send to you guys.
Are we spelling it our way? G-E-A-U-X?
Go, G-E-A-U-X, Go for F-O-R free, yes. That link and the scholarship links for you guys at the end. You are welcome. Let's see, somebody asked about financial aid available. Okay, so financial aid could potentially be available in the federal sense if you are already a college student and you are taking college credit courses. Federal financial aid is not available for the professional development MicroCred courses. There are different loans available. We've had credit unions give loans to individuals to take courses. We do have the pay per course option, which makes it a little bit more affordable as opposed to paying for an entire bundle at one time. If you are a veteran or if you have military education benefits, there's a possibility for you to be able to take some of the college credit MicroCreds as well. That is on an individual basis, depending on the benefit you have and on the program that you're interested in. So that could be a possibility as well. But those are the only financial options that we have available right now, other than the scholarships that I mentioned earlier.
That's it.
I
I
think
scrolled through, I didn't see anything else this time.
that's it. Oh, Linda has a question. She says, what about LSU employees that are interested in the program? LSU faculty and staff are eligible for a discount, Linda. You can email me what you're interested, what program you're interested in, and then I can walk you through the process for that.
And then also the College Credit MicroCred Scholarship available for LSU employees.
Yeah, the regular tuition exemption program can apply to the credit courses.
It does apply?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Perfect. Okay, I'm going to look one more time.
Any more, last call. Yeah.
And you can always reach us. I mean, we are quite responsive and happy to answer any questions that you might have. And I really appreciate your time here and checking us out. We would love to have you join the family of LSU Learners. Yeah.
Oh, one more thing to an answer to the why LSU question. If you take any course with LSU, you automatically become part of the LSU family and are eligible to be an LSU alumni, part of the LSU Alumni Association. So that is another reason why LSU.
Right. Well, all right.
Anything else, guys?
Not that I can think of. Join us. Come join us. You'll be glad you did.
Absolutely. Thank you guys for attending. You guys stay safe, stay well, social distance, mask up, and have a great day. We look forward to having you join our family.
Bye-bye.
Thank you,
Bye.
Melinda.
Thank you, everybody. Appreciate it.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.